go live.
I'm hitting the music. It's not playing. Welcome to StreamYard. No play of music.
It's just playing.
It is?
We hear it.
In the halls where the whispers gather, conservative minds debate the future. From tax cuts to border walls, strategies clash like a political rally. Frustration brews in the chambers. As always, meet new challenges. Dissenting voices rise up, seeking unity, but finding their voice. We stand strong, we stand tall. In this party, our spirit will not fall. Though the path is rocky and long, we march forward with hearts full of song. Policies debated, votes cast. In the shadows, some doubts are fast. Yet the fire of conviction burns bright.
All right, and here we are for Rebel Republic. We are the best political talk show in all of Massachusetts, in all of Connecticut, New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, New Jersey, Delaware, Rhode Island. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
You're either with us or you're against us. And I'm your host, the best podcast host in the universe, Steve Cully. Sitting to my left is none other than the voice of reason himself, Frank Cristiano.
I had to get a bowl of soup. I mean, Dave, I was a PA announcer tonight for another hockey game at our high school, and I'm telling you, it's the coldest place on earth.
Oh, my goodness.
It's Greenland and then the New Hartford Recreational Center. It's awful.
Well, I would say Iceland before Greenland.
Iceland? Not Greenland. I thought it's...
Oh, yeah, probably Greenland.
It might be the coldest.
Or Antarctica.
Antarctica.
Antarctica is definitely colder. Yeah.
And then we have the coach, Dave Schumann, who's ready to go.
Oh, yeah. Let's go, baby.
Yeah, so we're going to go. We're going to start off with a bang right here. I have a message to Mr. Mesa, who is the town supervisor of New Hartford. Mr. Mesa, hello, sir. I am Steve Cully, the son of Herb Cully. And I'm basically going to say, you want to F around? You find out. You found out, brother. New Year's Day, you hold a secret meeting. You bring in attorney Rossi, who is basically has a pacifier in his mouth, a baby with zero experience, to replace my father. You have a secret vote with everyone on the board. How did that go for you, sir? It blew up in your face, and you look like the clown that you are. You're a clown. You want to replace my father, the most honorable attorney in the area, the most experienced attorney around since Les Lewis passed away? Yeah. And he's been doing this now for 12 years. You want to replace him? Yeah. Guess what? Thank you. Fuck you. Bye. Because it blew up in your face and you look like a clown. You look like a clown. You look like a buffoon. You F around with my family, you find out. And if it happens again, good luck. You can try replacing him as much as you want. Please replace him. Please keep going. Keep going. You think you can do better? You think you can find better? You can't find shit. You think anyone wants that job for what it pays, for the hours you have to put in, for what he does? He's 76 years old. He goes in, he does his work, and then he comes there at night and does more work. And you want to replace him? Why? Because you're a buffoon, because you're a moron, because you don't know how to run a lemonade stand, let alone the town of New Hartford. So you can take a stick, shine it up real nice, and shove it straight up your candy ass. Thank you. Fuck you. Bye. Now on to the show.
Guess we won't be getting any town variances this year.
They had a secret meeting, and they tried to vote my father out as town attorney. for the town of New Hartford. They did it on New Year's Day without telling anyone. They brought in this young whippersnapper jackass Rossi and had him plead his case as to why he wanted to be town attorney. Oh, I want to be town attorney so bad. I'm going to do such a good job. I know variances. I know the law. I went in court. Yeah, blow me. And then
It doesn't matter.
He got voted down.
It doesn't matter.
It didn't matter. And then immediately after, my father was voted in.
I love it. Town politics.
So Messa, if I ever run into you in the streets, we are going to have a nice discussion. I can't wait. I want to have a nice discussion with you.
Mayor? Is that the
no,
mayor?
The town supervisor. We don't have a mayor in New Hartford. We're too small.
Is that like the mayor, I guess?
Yeah.
It's a guy who supervises over the town.
Yeah,
he would be a mayor.
He's new,
but they call it a town supervisor, no mayor.
He's new, and he tried to replace my father because the term ends obviously at the end of the year, and he did a secret little meeting on New Year's Day, and he didn't get the vote.
What is this comment on the right here? A lower right, a middle right, or whatever. What is that?
I don't know.
You know what that means? I don't know what that means. Congratulations, your meme was denied twice for Steve Cully. What does that mean?
I don't know. I don't know what your meme was. I don't know. I don't have a meme.
Do you have a meme or something?
No, I don't have a meme.
I don't really understand.
I don't have a meme. So
it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Denied.
It doesn't matter.
Denied.
It doesn't matter.
Denied. Don't F around with the Cullys, baby.
Yeah. Making the drive-by.
All I said, F around, find out. You want to F around, find out. And if I see you, Mr. Messa, we'll have a nice discussion. I can't wait.
The Lebanese and the Italians. You got the best of both worlds.
We'll talk about matter and antimatter.
You have tailors and terrorists, Lebanese and Italians. Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. There you go, Messa. You want to have secret meetings?
On this podcast alone, we cover all of America, basically, other than African American, I guess.
You want to have secret meetings? You want to have secret meetings on New Year's Day and try to replace my father? You got another thing coming.
Denied.
You know what kind of reputation I have?
Oh.
Dog shit.
Denied.
My father has an impeccable reputation, an honorable reputation. Nobody has done more good for this area than my father. So you lose.
You lose.
And you'll always lose.
The first coach I ever coached with as when I was a wide receiver DB coach at high school. And I worked in business for a few years before I decided to go back and start my business in sports and coaching and all that stuff. But I was in like technology. I was in tech field. And the guy who was the OC was an older guy. He's probably now he's younger than my dad. I would say 70s probably now. But when he was the OC, what is this, 2000? It was 2002 and 3, I think. So that's what, 22. So he's probably like 50, like my age now. You know, what I mean? Like in that age. Young guy, right? I mean, not younger, like middle-aged guy. So, but he used to have the greatest saying because we would just roll teams. He ran the Navy triple option, and he was brilliant at it. I don't know how when he learned it and all that stuff back in the day, but he was brilliant running the Navy triple option. And his quarterbacks were always great. And teams would get so mad because we would score so many points so quick, like, midline, boom to the house, pitch off to the house. And they would be so mad. Teams would be so mad. Like they wouldn't want to shake hands. And he would just be like, we win, you lose. That's what he'd always say to these coaches.
Yeah.
We win, you lose.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And he was not an aggressive guy. Like, he was a smaller guy, He wasn't a big guy or anything. But he would just say that, and I would just start laughing because, he'd have all these assistant coaches who were like his bouncers, you know what I mean, guys like me, and he would just say that. I would just laugh. I'm like, it's so simple but so correct. It was such a we win, you lose. So you know what? That's what you gotta say though. You see the guy, you go, we win, you lose.
No, I'm going to say thank you, fuck you, bye. That's what I'm going to say to him. I'm going to say, how stupid are you?
The Cully crash out is, I think, is might becoming a thing.
The Cully crash out is a thing. It's going to be a great thing. And replacing my father, that is never acceptable. And that will definitely give you a crash out. And then some. So Mesa, go mess up your room.
Well, was that an ageism move there? Was that attempt at ageism?
Probably, yeah.
It's more.
He wants his own guy.
No, he wants his own guy. But that's what it is. It's like a head coach coming in. He's going to wipe the slate clean, bringing his own people.
Yeah,
but I mean, he's
so
been there.
So he could corrupt without any.
But he's been there through 2 different town supervisors, so that's why I thought it was ridiculous. So Mesa,
so the town council voted him in, though. Voted him back.
They immediately voted him back. Yeah. So hopefully my rant gets him fired. No, the guy that voted, that was the deciding vote, was somebody he didn't know, which was even more impressive.
That's great.
It was a new guy. But anyway, on to the more important news.
Not more important. More important. Also important. Because local politics are important.
Very true. Also important.
All politics are local.
They are. Venezuela. We go in. We capture Mr. Maduro.
We did? When did this happen?
So Mike Sasson had a very good reel he made. He's like, okay, now what? Because he's thinking like a coach. He's like, okay, what do we do now? We bought it. What do we do? How do we fix it? And that was his concern. He's like, we went in there. We took out their leader. How do we fix it?
He was not elected. The reason why we took him out.
Well, yeah, correct. I know, but
it's Maduro.
No, he was a dictator. He was a dictator.
It's Maduro, not Maduro,
whatever. It doesn't matter what his name is. He's going to be a Gitmo.
He'll be in jail.
He's going to be waterboarded. So anyway,
I don't know if we'll have to waterboard him. He's already out.
Sasson
just sit there forever eating,
Yeah.
Sasson said, like, what now? Like, what do we do? Like, do we have free elections in Venezuela?
Well, I think that is the next step. Listen, Marco Rubio said this best. He said, everything does not get immediately fixed in 24 hours after we capture Maduro. There's a process to it. We're enacting the process to make sure everything happens smoothly, gets to the part where they have their elections, and so the rightful person ends up being the leader of the country, and they go into the right direction. But I think it's crazy. So here's the craziness. This is just like, the saying always is, if Trump cured cancer, the first thing the Democrats would say is, oh, he's putting everybody out of jobs.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's putting all the people.
That's what the Democrats would say. So that's how they are.
Yep, they're all losing jobs. Yep.
Yes. Oh my God, Trump is so crazy. He cures cancer, and now people have lost their jobs. I mean, that's what they would say. So they're crazy. But as far as like from a rational standpoint, what's going to happen? I was surprised when it did happen. I'll say that.
What do you think pushed it over the edge to make it happen?
Maduro said, "Come get me." That's what he said.
It was because he challenged Trump.
No. It's just because Trump was on the phone with him 2 different times in the last 5 months.
Okay,
and gave him options. Gave him a lot of options, including take your money and just leave the country.
Yes,
they could have done that easily. Could have joined Assad in Russia.
And he chose to stay because
to give the big finger because he figured, number one, the U.S. would not have the intestinal fortitude to actually come into a country.
The gumption to come
Number two, he assumed some protection from Russia,
right?
Because Cubans are already there. His defense force and his immediate defense team were all Cubans.
Right.
They're not Venezuelans.
Correct.
There's no
That's
loyalty from the Venezuelans. He has starved the Venezuelan people for 13 years.
They're eating zoo animals.
After being placed in power, not by a vote, but being placed in power, he starved his people for 13 years.
Correct.
They went from one of the more wealthier countries in the world to eating out of trash cans within the last year. So how do you defend this? How do you? I can understand. Here are the people who are upset by this. Here are the groups. I'll name them off quick. Russia, China,
no power. China,
North Korea, Cuba. Okay, Iran. These are the ones that are upset.
Shocking.
So the communists,
and then wait a minute, liberals,
communists,
and Trump haters.
Communists.
That's basically the ones that are upset on this. And think of the organization. These people can't organize to vote government in for a new bill. They can't organize to win elections. They can't organize to help the American people out. They can't organize to have immigration control, Democrats. But within 24 hours, they have paid protesters on the streets all across America.
Of course they did. Of course they did.
They had more flags and signs to stay out of Venezuela than a factory could have produced. They had this all. This is all planned out. Let me tell you.
Obviously, they must have like 500 people that are on call payroll that are
ready to protest, ready to
happens, go. Those people hit the streets.
They're the organizers.
Here we go.
They are. There they go.
They got. Listen, it's.
I'm looking pretty jacked. I'm starting to look kind of jacked here.
Yeah, because you're 260.
I'm 260.
Yeah, you're 260. You're sexy. Yeah.
Playing weight.
You're gonna have to do the show with your shirt off.
Playing weight.
No, we're not there yet. We're not there. We're 40 pounds from there.
40 pounds for playing weight. Nice.
But the question was, I listened to Maria Corina Machado, and she was in line, or believed she was in line to be president.
Opposition leader. No, she was. They had a vote, but the vote was nullified by Maduro.
Right,
and she was actually a political. She was right. She was actually a political refugee. Right, and had to leave the country.
She came to the U.S.
Right, and well, she moved. I think it was somewhere outside in Europe initially.
They just had her on Fox.
Right,
and she put her forces behind somebody else. That person beat Maduro.
Right,
and Maduro just took the country.
Just said illegal elections.
Illegal elections.
Well, the thing is, he thinks he's
really
president.
The leader. She's really the leader.
He's not the president. He's never been elected as a president.
No.
Basically, he's just a drug lord who's running the country.
Yeah, the cocaine that they talked about him bringing over.
Hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars. I don't know where the money goes.
Yeah, you know where it goes?
No,
they launder it.
What they do is they send
and they starve everyone else.
A lot of it goes to Cuba.
Right.
A lot of that money goes to
terrorists.
So now, well, no, it's not that Cuba's a terrorist group. Well, but Cuba provides safety, security for him, provides a different means of transportation for, I'm sure, drug trafficking, without a doubt. And in turn, Cuba gets money.
Yeah.
Now, without these funds from Venezuela and without support from Russia, Cuba will internally collapse within maybe a year. You're going to see a civil war. You're going to see 2 civil wars in the next year. Iran and Cuba.
Yes, I agree.
Without a doubt.
Iran already is almost in civil war.
They're working towards it. Now, this is where you will see.
Rebelled. They took some buildings.
This is where the Mossad, with the help of the CIA, will infiltrate into Iran and start providing money and weapons. To be able to, just like they did with the Contras back in 80s.
Yep.
Just like Tyler King believes, everyone's Mossad.
Yes, but here's what people don't realize, that they think it's the other way around. They think that United States, the gigantic country, is an operative of Mossad. It's the other way around.
Right.
100%.
Mossad is, I'm not saying they're their own country, Israel, but because we we are huge supporters of Israel financially. Mossad is really follows United States direction. It's really the exact opposite of what people
they
try to
follow
make
our
it out to
lead.
be. They're doing the United States bidding more than it is the other way.
So my question to you is this, though. Okay, we took over Venezuela.
Right.
Now they're saying that we're not going to deploy troops or have any direct involvement in any way beyond coercing the interim government.
That's incorrect.
To get that going. That's what I'm saying.
No.
So
without
we're
a
going
doubt,
to get the government going, right?
Right now the president that has been appointed was the vice president. Was the vice president supposedly? So this vice president here is a Maduro supporter, and his initial statement was like, "Well, we're not going to follow it." And now, within 24 hours, someone from the U.S. consulate put a foot on his neck, and the next thing was, we are going to be totally agreeable to work with the United States in whatever capacity we have to make this.
Well, how could they not be? They're going to lose.
I understand that. No, the U.S. doesn't want to step on. They're going to have to. We're going to have to.
Well, yeah, they don't want to say that we're taking over
as either a security force or
a security force.
Yeah, and an influencing force. Let's put it that way. But bottom line, we want minimal involvement military-wise, but we want maximum involvement political and economic-wise.
We want democratic, free elections.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And actual elections that are giving a
legitimate
outcome. Yes.
Yeah.
Now,
but don't we need boots on the ground to get that?
Well, he's trying not to do that. But what Frank's saying is that there may be some special forces that have to go in.
Yeah, exactly.
Something. It could be whatever.
When the election happens, there isn't like widespread coercion. Paramilitary groups that go and influence people, either vote a certain way or kill people that are leaders, or country. By the way, the other country that condemned the United States was Mexico.
Of course they did. Of course they did, because
that was ballsy of Mexico.
Because they can't
don't have an ounce of power at all.
No, their illegals can't get over. That's why they're complaining.
Well, I think they're condemning it because they may be worried that some actions may be happening.
And the cartels,
they're the other big drug trading group, right?
The cartels are in Mexico. The drugs come from Venezuela.
That's why they're condemning it.
And that's why they're pissed, because their money comes from the drug trade. Yeah. The drug trade.
It's all about the drug trade. It's all about.
And we're blowing up drug
the United States, who probably is the #1 consumer by far of illegal drugs in the whole entire world.
We love drugs.
If they don't have them as the #1 customer, I mean, who are they going to sell it to? I mean,
yeah, we're the only ones dumb enough to.
The only ones that affluent and they're not getting
just take more and more.
Britain. They're not going into Europe and in any large capacity. It costs too much. They have to go.
And it's easy to get in
United States by land, by sea, and air. Close, very, very close. The ability to cover up an area very, very closely, which is, and by the way, China was providing the drugs, the avenue of the drugs to go to Venezuela. So it's all
they're made in China. Yeah,
China. So China
fentanyl is made in China.
Correct. So it's China, it's Russia. Russia has zero power right now. They can't even fight off the Ukrainians. They have no power. Absolutely
it's been years, and they haven't.
Not that they can't press a button that could cause problems, but they're not going to. They have zero. They do not want the wrath that they cannot. They're basically almost. They're almost a bankrupt country themselves because of the war with Ukraine, which
it's gone on for years, and they never anticipated that.
Right. So that's it. China wants to be the commerce leader of the world. They want to sell you Temu. They want to sell you.
They love Temu. Yes.
TikTok. Right. They got Trump. Outwardly, they are condemning Trump. Okay, they want to do whatever the hell they want to do, but if Trump got rid of TikTok, and Trump said no more Temu, and Trump said no more this or that, they'd be out of business.
There'd be a big problem.
There'd
be a big problem.
There's no one else around the world that's going to buy all their shit as much as Americans. We will buy, including myself, anything that looks pretty cool that I think can help.
Your microphone's Temu.
Yeah, there you go. Temu this, Temu that, right? So but I'm saying that ever got cut off.
You always win. Temu, you spin the wheel, you always win. 50% off, free gifts, 3 free gifts, but you got to spend.
But you know this. You buy one thing, you're supposed to get 3 things free, and then you get none of it free. What the fuck's that?
You got to spend $400 to get the 3 gifts for free.
Think of this though, in the overall scope of what's going on.
You do, what drives me nuts.
Right. Think of this. You have a socialist country in Venezuela being
communist,
whatever it may be, communist, it's fine. Being sort of reworked now, right, to turn itself around into maybe a democratic state. You have Cuba under threat, a communist country that most likely within a year will be worked out to change itself into more of probably a democratic state down the road. So this is, people say it's imperialism. This isn't imperialism. What's going on right now is a total wiping out of a socialist atmosphere in the Western Hemisphere. I think that's what's going on.
That is. The only place that socialism actually has a chance, believe it or not, right now is in the United States.
Right.
Well, we're seeing it right now.
Isn't that hilarious?
It's insane.
Mamdani,
this nut job.
He's making it work.
Immediately gets rid of the one thing that Eric Adams did really well in New York City was he appointed Tish. I can't remember her first name, but she's in charge of the
Letitia James.
Yes.
Right? Yep.
No. Oh. Tish is the head of the police force.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
And she has done a great job. She actually started to re-clean up all the mess that de Blasio made, right? So she really cleaned all that stuff up during his that. You know, Adams had a lot of other issues, but he hired her and she cleaned up. Among the first thing he did is he demoted Tish. Okay, who has the whole police force behind her, the whole police force.
Of course.
Because Mamdani is a moron.
He's 33 years old.
Moron. And he stands up there and just makes speeches with all his cronies that just cheer him on.
And he says stuff that can't be done. He talks in circles. He makes no sense. He never answers
questions. Dude. He thinks he's fucking Che Guevara.
He thinks he's King Louis the 14th.
Che Guevara is? He's fucking before Castro. He led what country? Maybe Panama. But he was like a freedom fighter, originally for Cuba. But then Castro threw him out, and I don't know if he got him killed or whatever. But he was like the original socialism / communism freedom fighter guy, and that's what Mamdani thinks he is. Meanwhile, did you see his speech where he's quoting Jadakiss, the rapper?
Jadakiss? No.
He's a rapper.
I like it. All right.
Jadakiss, okay?
That relates to the young people.
This guy was a wannabe rapper, okay? Yeah,
he was Bollywood. He was the king of Bollywood.
Bollywood, dude.
Yeah. How can you not beat that? And that's your mayor of the largest city in the United States. Let's go, baby.
What people don't understand, we have many social programs in this country. We have social programs in this country.
We have resources, but they're very difficult to get.
Roads and highways. We have, but to keep those social programs in line and paid for, we have to work off of a capitalistic society.
Right.
And that's what is the contradiction to socialists. If you had a socialist economy trying to support a socialist welfare program of just giving money away, it will never work because we cannot raise enough funds to be able to dump into the country to keep all these social programs working.
No,
we have to work off a capitalist society, and they don't want that.
Yeah. My question is, are the Americans are we willing to fight back? Like, would we, if it, let's say socialism, it's socialism / communism, whatever the fuck they want to call it, it starts to sweep big cities in America. Okay.
Which it has in some cases.
It has to an extent, but like, I mean, it really starts to like,
it's in the largest city in the country.
When do the citizens of the United States say, fuck you, we're taking back our fucking office?
They don't.
And throw the guy the fuck out.
They don't.
By force. By force.
They don't. We're too nice.
Dave,
we're too passive.
Dave, that happened on January 6th now. Come on.
The insurrection.
Yeah,
the insurrection. Yeah, that was really
there'll come a point that's much different than if it's what communism swept across America.
Right.
Yeah, but the chances of that happening.
Am I gonna have to move to Venezuela? Is that gonna be a free country? I mean, is that
listen? There's a lot of opportunity in Venezuela now.
Like Johnny Depp, he moved to France. We'll go there. But
well, I was gonna say that there's a lot of
I don't think Americans have
lovely ladies that would be glad to have Americans back down there.
An American restaurant in Caracas.
I mean, Trump could rally people. I think Trump could do it. Trump could rally people to stand up and fight against communism and socialism.
Yeah.
Other than Trump, I don't think anyone else could do it.
Listen, this is a game of time. Just let it play out in New York City. And when
New York City's going to burn.
When the shit doesn't work. That's why in the beginning I said I want Mamdani to win.
I do too.
I want him to win because I want to see what happens. I want to see this experiment if it's going to win or succeed or fail. That's all. I want to see it. And from the way it started out, let's see. Metro fares were at $2.91. Now they're $3.
Well, yeah, they were supposed to be free.
It's going into New Jersey too. Do you know that they raised? This is absurd. The new woman already raised the fucking tolls. I'm driving.
Jackie Sherrill.
Yeah, Jackie Sherrill.
Jackie Sherrill.
Jackie Sherrill was a football coach.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Mikey Sherrill. Mikey Sherrill.
So, but Mikey Sherrill already raised it. It went. The toll is gone on the Garden State Parkway from $2.10 to now $2.40. It's insane, and it's every.
Did you say $2.40?
It's like 3 or 4 times you're paying it on the damn highway.
You keep going through, yeah.
And then even the local ones on the highway, like if you're only in the local intermittent ones on the other side, it's gone. Now it's at 90 cents. Fuck Mikey Sherrill, you fucking loser. She's a fucking loser.
Well, she shouldn't have.
Loser.
She should not have won at all.
Jackie Sherrill, at least if he was here, we get some bulls castrated.
Sherrill was a good coach. He was a good coach.
We get some merchandise, at least some Texas A&M merch.
We get some merch.
No, you can't. What all it just shows is, they keep talking about how bad capitalism is, how bad it is, but they keep asking for funds. And year after year after year,
please give us more. Just give us more
because they have to put out more, either pay the interest on the social programs that they're doing, or create new ones.
Yeah,
and after a while, I see a lot of comments online. People are like, "Well, if you live in a red state, you have less services, and the quality of life is down."
Yes,
and then I see people in the rest say, "Well, if you live in a blue state, you're broke."
Yeah,
and you can't afford shit.
Yeah.
You know, so what? Give or take, you need.
What do you do? Yeah.
Do you need the big city nightlife because there are socially more acceptable things to do in the city, or do you need to pay your bills and feed your family? It's starting to be moronic, and it's really coming from those 22 to 35-year-olds.
The Gen X's
right in there. That's what's called Gen X. I don't even know what that's.
No, Gen Z. That's Gen Z.
Gen Z. Yeah,
you're millennial.
I'm a millennial.
You're I think you're millennial.
But it's coming from that. It's coming from that youth, and I understand why. But there has to be different solutions to it than just say, fuck it. We're going to go socialistic on everything. We want someone to take care of us.
Yeah, let's pay more to drive on the highway. That's going to solve the problem.
That's the taxes. Yeah, that's going to raise. That's perfect. That's exactly how.
Great. Okay. I mean, So maybe we should just all get horses.
Yeah, let's get horses and buggies and ride bikes.
A horse and I'll fucking ride that.
We'll get Teslas. We'll get electric cars.
I'll ride a horse everywhere, let it shit everywhere. I'll carry a rifle, and then we're good.
Muskets.
Are there any Clydesdales for me and Steve to ride on? Because we're going to need a big ass horse to carry this.
I was a Clydesdale guy. I'm now gone down to like a mid-size Clydesdale.
Yep. I wanted to ask
Pretty
about this
Kentucky Derby model.
Yeah, that's right. I got to get down to 150 for that.
Man is in custody after damaging property at Vice President J.D. Vance's home in Cincinnati Monday morning, the U.S. Secret Service said.
Can you scroll to the picture of the gentleman that did it?
Oh,
and then you'll understand why.
Great.
Then you'll
look
understand
at him.
why.
Look at this kid. Look at this. Look at this kid right here.
Unbelievable.
He is amazing.
So explain what happened again.
So this kid, he's 26 years old. He looks like he's about 14.
Yep.
He's probably never seen a woman in his life.
Never seen a light on in the basement.
Yeah, he's probably never left his basement. William DeFore, according to jail records, was booked on Monday and faces charges of vandalism, obstruction of official business, criminal damaging or endangering, and criminal trespass. DeFore caused property damage, including breaking windows on the exterior of a personal residence that was Mr. Vance's. After being detained, DeFore was taken into custody by the Cincinnati Police Department. The residence was unoccupied at the time of the incident, and the vice president and his family were not in Ohio. So they confirmed this. Vance confirmed everything. He appreciates everyone's well wishes, but the attack on his home, as far as he can tell, a crazy person tried to break in by hammering the windows. I'm grateful to the Secret Service and the Cincinnati police for responding quickly. So isn't that crazy that
they get to his front door?
They broke windows. Yeah, they went to the guy's house and broke windows with hammers.
How did the Secret Service let that go that far?
Were they sleeping? Did they drug him?
No. He wasn't home. He was in DC.
Oh.
So they weren't there.
Is there somebody responsible for watching?
I would assume somebody watches the guy's fucking house.
So we got to get my buddy, I got to get my Secret Service buddy, Jimmy Cook, back.
But I mean, can you believe that?
We need to.
Can you believe that this kid who looks like he's never seen or touched a female, decides I'm going to go break into JD Vance's house.
Did he know it was JD Vance's house? Maybe he was just breaking in because he had money for meth.
I would assume
he does not look like a meth head.
No, I mean,
he's too heavy.
He needs money for snacks. I don't know. He needs money. They break in, they grab a hammer, you smash a window,
maybe he's a political guy and he doesn't like Vance's politics.
That guy would be far.
Do you think he knows anything about politics?
Guy. I think he knows nothing.
He knows nothing about politics. He knows a lot about Twinkies.
Somebody online may have told him to do it. That could be it. But bottom line, no.
Yeah, somebody on Discord went and said, you know what? Go break into Vance's house.
Right.
Might be Discord, probably.
We need to stop Gavin
Newsom.
Oh, Newsom.
We need to stop him in California.
We need to stop
Newsom's a liberal guy. He's not good. People don't like him, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Some people don't like him. Some people love him.
Why would they love him? He's weird.
He's done fantastic things for California. He's done fantastic things.
They're communists in California.
They blew $12 billion on a non-existent train, high-speed rail.
Right.
They had a zero response time in Los Angeles for the wildfires.
Yeah, they let it burn, burn.
Yep. There are hundreds of. I bet you once they do the auditing in California and they find out where a lot of these social program monies has been going, I bet you're going to see the same thing in Minnesota. How about you didn't bring up? How about Waltz not running for a seat the third time as governor?
Is that a big deal?
Yeah.
Oh,
in Minnesota.
Oh, well, that's great then.
The governor of Minnesota will not be putting his name on the ballot.
He's
for
burned
a third
Minnesota
time.
To the ground.
Correct, and this is why. But even if he takes his name on the ballot,
get him out of there.
The DOJ and the FBI are going to go ahead and indict this guy pretty soon. Once they find out,
come on,
the stuff that has gone through his office as far as money being, and
money that this guy's
here's the other thing. So Nick Shirley goes on with these videos, right? And he finds all these Somalis. Nobody's at the daycare centers. There's no kids, nothing. And everybody's coming on now saying, "Oh no, there's definitely there are so many paid informants now for the Democratic Party, for the liberals, to defend the Somali daycare, saying, "Oh no, he doesn't know what he's talking about."
Oh yeah,
they have it here on record. They have this on record. They have that on record. There were kids over there. I'm telling you right now,
billions of dollars.
Can someone explain to me what the Democrats are even doing for America right now? There any Democrat that does anything?
They're wiping their asses.
Nothing.
They're taking a shit.
Absolutely nothing.
That's what they're doing.
All they're doing is impeding progress. They're impeding progress,
and they're impregnating each other. They're having babies so they can get more welfare and SNAP. That's what they do.
I just Republicans probably have more children than I would guess.
No, the Democrats no, because the more children they have, the more welfare they get. So Kamala Harris,
the immigrant population nowadays.
Stop fighting me. Kamala Harris said,
migrant, not even immigrant. My illegal immigrants.
Well, whatever they are, I don't like them. She said that Trump detaining how do you say it again? Maduro doesn't make America safer, and that despite being an illegitimate dictator does not change the fact that this action was both unlawful and unwise.
Right.
The American people do not want this.
Right.
And they are tired of being lied to.
Yeah.
That's what Kamala said.
Right.
That's how smart she is.
Yeah. And her opinion means how much?
And again, she was going to run this country. She couldn't run a lemonade stand.
So think of this.
Let's like. I love the crash outs are great.
No, I can't stand this bullshit.
Wait a minute.
She said this with a straight face.
Think of this. They're all mad because this president didn't go to Congress to have meetings to appropriate his actions for war, for what was going on in Venezuela. So there are X amount of members of Congress, and half of them.
What's the map on the miniature supposed to be? I don't know what that means.
Yeah, right. Half of the members of Congress.
Maybe they think that's the thing in the upper left is a map.
Oh, you can donate. You can donate to our show, which we don't get.
That's not a. They probably think that's a map because that thing in the corner looks like a map. Almost.
Yeah, it's how you donate. It's how you donate money. Like if you like our show, click and donate.
It's a map to Steve's house.
Yeah, so you come to my house and I'll take it right up the ass.
You're going to tell me right now that Congress, the members that hate Donald Trump. I hate what you said that. The members that hate Donald Trump are going to keep their mouths shut about appropriating consent from Congress to be able to go to war against Venezuela. These people are out of their minds. He had to do that. He didn't need approval. He had to do it the way he did it. The way he did it actually worked out fantastic. Not one casualty on the U.S. side, a couple injuries, and the person that they wanted extradited out and done with.
Yeah, absolutely.
So why do they feel, these people, the necessity? Because you ever hear the saying, loose lips sink ships?
Yes.
These people would be blabbing on everything third party about anything that Donald Trump wanted to do.
Yeah, that's all they do.
As far as any kind of maneuverings or tinkering in Central or South America.
That's all they do, because they don't want what's best for the United States. They want what's best for themselves and the liberals and the communists of this country. That's all they care about. And Eric Adams told a real life story because of Maduro's capture. Maduro, whatever the fuck, it doesn't matter.
Maduro. So where do you get the N? Maduro,
whatever. His reach, okay. There was a 2-year-old boy in the Bronx named Nicholas Felice Dominica who said he was poisoned while in daycare by fentanyl. A 2-year-old poisoned by fentanyl in daycare. Now that right there is complete and utter horseshit.
That's the reach of concern, by the way, for parents at the high school level and middle school even, is that you had some nutty kid, you know what I mean, that gets a hold of something and shares fentanyl with somebody in some capacity, because all you have to do is
if you come anywhere near it, you're done.
You're done.
You're done. You're done. Party's over. Game over. You got to get Narcan. And how many of these places have Narcan now? A lot of them. But the chances that people know how to use it, no. And that's what this was doing. And Trump was right in blowing up these ships and going there, taking care of Maduro, whatever the fuck his name is, protects the United States of America.
You are the whitest podcast host I have ever seen in my life.
Maduro, whatever the hell his name is, it doesn't matter. He's gone. He's gone. He should be gone. Now the question is, how do we take care of Venezuela? What do we do? What are the steps to make it better? Do we go in there? Do we have free elections? Do we have candidates? Do we have parties? How does this get done?
I'll answer it. I mean, bottom line, it's going to be a few steps. Yes, you have to go in there and establish free and fair elections. You have to have candidates. You have to repair the infrastructure in Venezuela as far as the oil output.
That's what's going to help us the most, is we're going to get the oil.
Well, we are not directly going to get the oil.
We're going to get a percentage.
I'm sure we'll get some sort of percentage for it to make up for what we had to spend to go into Venezuela. But bottom line,
can we annex Venezuela to the United States?
No, we don't.
We can't do that.
We don't want it.
I've always wanted to annex Puerto Rico.
Yeah, we own Puerto Rico.
That's because of the annexation of Puerto Rico as a play.
Yes, from the movie. But I still have always wanted to annex.
The great movies of all time.
What's the point of Puerto Rico? What's the point of it? It just sits there.
It's like a colony, right?
Yeah. Why isn't it part of the United States? It should be the 51st state. Should be the 51st state.
Well, that's the big debate, because
why?
Because if it was the 51st state, the reason why it's not the 51st state is because conservatives don't want Puerto Rico as the 51st state.
Because it'd be liberal. Well, what the hell's Hawaii?
Hawaii is probably liberal, but it's been in the state for a long time.
Not a long time. It's been like 60 years.
I would say
longer, maybe about 80, 75, 80. Yeah.
Has it been like the 50s?
I thought it was in the 40s.
Yeah, so you know what? It's been 50 years. Let's add another state.
Why not add two? If you're going to do that, you got to add two. Maybe Cuba, when it's freed, which would be a conservative state, would counter.
It would go back to the 60s, where it was like a vacation hotspot for the rich.
We could get Cuba.
One of my best. Wait, I got to tell you this. When I worked in the city in technology, I got to give him a shout out. One of my best friends, when I worked for this technology company in the city, this is 1999, 2000, was a guy named Umberto Forcelletto, Italian.
Well, that's a hell of a name.
He's Cuban. So he is as conservative as it comes, like love Trump. And he was probably in his mid 40s when I was probably in my mid 20s, late 20s. And he would tell the stories of what Cuba was like before. And he was just, this was the greatest place. You know, his family was captured.
Probably was.
Half of his family's still there. Half of
women were probably hot.
Killed. His cousin who he didn't. They have people in the government that were trying. This is back in 2000 that were trying to push Castro out back then. So you're telling me all these stories, but it was really interesting because he talked about what Cuba was like and what it was a vacation spot for Americans, and actually it's still,
for the elite
still go there, I think. But
yes,
but when the Americans were going there, it was really like a hot spot because there was so much more wealth in the country, and then Castro.
No, absolutely. So I wanted to mention this. There has been gunfire and anti-aircraft fire seen over Caracas as the Venezuelan capital remains on edge following the U.S. capture of President Nicolas Maduro Did I say it right?
You did.
There we go. I win. Venezuelan ministry said police fired at drones that were flying without permission. And Maduro, he plead along with his wife, not guilty to drugs and weapons charges in a New York courtroom today. A defiant Maduro told the judge he had been kidnapped in Caracas. And who is in charge? Maduro ally Delcy Rodriguez was sworn in as acting president, as U.S. President Donald Trump repeated his claim that he is in charge of Venezuela. So not only is Trump running the United States, this motherfucker, he's running Venezuela. Who does more than that? He's running 2 countries. He can run 2 countries. He has the Epstein files. He does it all. He's gonna go down as the greatest president ever.
He's like Thomas Jefferson taking Louisiana.
He is going to go down as the greatest
Louisiana Purchase for a song and a dance.
I'm dead serious.
From the French.
If he does everything he says that he is going to do this term, is he not going to go down as the best president of our generation? Who's better? Other than maybe, Clinton was okay, but, Bush was okay at first, but then he became a train wreck. Obama was okay at first, then he became a train wreck. I mean, Trump, for him to come back after 2016, he never doubted himself, never had a question in his mind that he was going to win the election and come back.
Trump should make a meme of, I don't know if you ever, Frank might have seen it. There's no way you have seen it, Steve, because you're probably too young. But have you ever seen the movie with Clint Eastwood called Hang 'em High?
Yeah.
One of the great movies. It's a short movie, but it's a great movie. And I'll give you, Steve, the quick dirty 30-second summary.
Does it have to do with hanging balls anywhere?
No.
Okay. No. They think that Clint Eastwood buys cattle. He buys it legitimately. It turns out he bought it from a guy who stole it and killed all the people. These people come around and they hunt down Clint Eastwood and they
F around and they find out. Yep.
Well, no, they hang him.
They hang him. Yeah, yes. He found out.
They leave the not the sheriff. He's what do they call the guy that's in charge of the
warden
territory? But I don't know, whatever you call him. The guys the police guy. What do they call him? Federal marshals. The marshal comes and shoots him off from being hung, and he lives. But they don't know he lives. He comes back, and one by one, he comes and he becomes a policeman, and whatever you call it, marshal.
The judge makes him a marshal.
Judge makes him a marshal to go round these guys up, right?
Oh, so it's like Wyatt Earp. I like it.
He comes around. He starts doing it like legally, but he then takes it kind of into his own hands.
Well, that always happens when you get too much
comes up
power.
on the guy who ordered it, and they're all they're panicky. And he has a handkerchief around his neck.
Yeah.
And he brings it down and he says,
It's like Wyatt Earp with the Cowboys. I love it.
He says, when you hang a man, you should stick around to finish the job. You know what I mean? To finish the job. And he's obviously there to finish them, right? Which is what he does. And so that's what Trump should do, because Trump, they basically hung him when he was president, and he's come back, and they didn't finish him off. And
they didn't
go back into town and is coming for every one of them.
I love it. Can you imagine the think tank of the DNC every 6 months in this country? They were like, "We got him. Fuck. We got him. Fuck."
Dude, they impeached him twice. They tried to assassinate him twice.
Yeah,
they had the insurrection. What more could you do to this guy? They tried everything possible to stop him from getting back into power, and you know what he did?
They tried to take out people that are the next leaders of his of the Republican organization by taking out Charlie Kirk, you know.
And he took his thumb and he shoved it up their ass. That's what he did.
Our Department of Justice and FBI were weaponized by the Biden administration to go in and investigate the phone records and information of 14 different politicians.
Well, the whole Mar-a-Lago thing was ridiculous.
And Congress people that were affiliated with Donald Trump or speaking positively of Donald Trump and helping him in his first term. And they went in and they dug up information that is not, that just cannot be done.
No, it
should not be done.
Bannon went to jail. Stone went to jail.
And he pardoned people.
On bullshit, on absolute bullshit.
Because they did all they could. Yeah. They did not want him. They would have taken a rooster as president instead of Trump.
Absolutely.
They did not want Trump to come back as president, and he knew all. They would have. They would have. The Democrats would have taken a rooster. If we took a rooster off a farm and said, "You're going to be president," they would. The Democrats would love that.
They would just slap him with a D. Yeah.
Done. But you know what? Trump is resilient. Trump. He doesn't give an F about what anyone thinks of him. And he says what he does. He means what he says and says what he does. And he said he was going to clean up Venezuela. He cleaned it up. He's draining the swamp. The swamps are being drained. So anyone out there, watch out. Illegal immigrants, all you illegals, they're coming. You may not know it. You may not know when. You may not know where. But they're coming for you. And there's nothing you can do about it because you're in our country illegally. And we're funding you. And you're staying in our hotels. And you're eating our food. And you're getting SNAP cards. And you're procreating. And you're trying to infiltrate our country with your filth. We don't want it. Go somewhere else.
Filth?
Yes.
On a quick different note, FCS championship today. Okay.
Yeah.
Illinois State versus Montana State.
And Illinois State had the most losses, right?
To make the final, I guess.
Yeah. I thought they had 4 losses. They were 8-4.
Goes to overtime. Montana State scores to go up 35-28. Illinois State scores. The kick to tie it is blocked, and Montana State wins
by
blocking.
Dude, that happened yesterday. That happened yesterday with the Ravens. The Ravens kicker missed the field goal that would have won the game, and now the Steelers go to the playoffs. But
anyway, I just thought it would be a quick note as an old FCS guy. Okay,
Steve told me the Illinois State quarterback is a Cuban refugee. Is that correct, Dave? Do you have any information on that?
Wait, what's that?
No. Well, we're gonna have to check.
Steve said the quarterback for Illinois State is a Cuban refugee.
No, we're gonna have to. True? We're gonna have to check Dave's program. We're gonna check Dave's program and see.
Why is Dave, he in the portal or something?
No, but I mean, you can look it up, right? If they're not in the portal, they'll still come up, right?
If they're not in the portal, would they still come up as like a prospect or?
Yeah. Like if you looked up Fernando Mendoza, would he come up?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He just wouldn't be listed as a portal candidate, but he probably would.
Right. Right. Because it goes based off of Twitter and other social media, whether they're in the portal or not.
Right. That's why it would read it if they're in the portal. It would read it and be like they're in the portal.
Yes.
So I'm curious what it would say if you said, "Well, tell me about Fernando." I'm sure it would just tell you stats on him. I'm sure. It would tell you.
Yeah.
Like a regular AI, right? Like regular.
But let me just ask you this right now: what happened in Venezuela? Is this the biggest news that has happened during the Trump administration? I know Doge, I know everything else that's gone on, but what we did in Venezuela, is this the biggest impact this man has had since he has come in? And it's been a year.
I don't think so.
What would you say? I mean,
I would say dropping bombs on the Iranian nuclear facilities.
He did that.
Would be the biggest task undertaken,
and he stood up for Israel.
The most gutsy move to make forward, because doing something in that part of the world.
He's not afraid of the Middle East.
Well, you know what he is? He's smart with the Middle East. He's friends with the Middle East. He's friends with almost all of them. Almost all the Arab countries at one point or another have had friendly relations with Donald Trump because of his business doings.
Yes, he does.
But now,
he's got Trump Towers.
But now, as president of the most powerful country in the world, he extends an open hand to Saudi Arabia, to Qatar, to UAE, to Syria. Look what he did in Syria, and actually lifting the sanctions off of Syria to allow them to hopefully thrive now and try to recuperate the years of oppressive sanctions on them because of their terrorist ties.
Absolutely.
So he's a friend of many Arab nations, and I'm sure going into that strike in Iran, there are a lot of protocols that he went through with those Arab nations to get clearance for doing something like that. So I think that's kind of the biggest
got clearance before he bombed Iran?
I think that he got permission from several of the Arab countries that neighbor Iran or that have dealings with Iran, whether they be friendly or negative, to be able to do an operation like that, because there are so many more countries that can be sucked into it.
Yeah,
and that's what you don't want. You don't want to create something like that. So, and bottom line, to go into Venezuela, all right, Venezuela has no support from major support from any of the large superpowers.
No, nobody's backing them.
They use Venezuela,
yes,
but they're not supported. Supporting Venezuela.
No. They use them like a used condom.
They use them for their benefit. And so, bottom line,
a used condom.
Trump went in there. Yes, it was a planned, event.
But people have asked, though, do you think it was a wrong move to go in there and physically remove Maduro and his wife?
No. I think that's the best move. I think that's
it had to be done.
That's the cleanest cut and dry move you could make with that country.
And it was safe. He was unharmed.
Well, yeah, no, he's unharmed, but I mean, even none of our people were harmed. That's what we're worried about. Imagine if 10 Americans had died.
I know. Imagine if Bondi talked about it.
10 Delta Force die in the operation.
Pam Bondi talked about it.
It was a clean operation. That they would catch. You know what I mean? But bottom line, they did what they had to do. They accomplished the mission. Basically, it set a new path. All I see are Venezuelans cheering in the streets. How can this be bad?
Because they're
How can
free.
This be bad?
They're free.
Well, their country has been, a rock has been lifted off their necks. I'm not saying they're totally free yet, because I think that the underworkings that are there right now are all scumbags as well.
Right.
Leaders of the defense team, the vice president who's been appointed president now, the security forces.
We're draining
guilty.
the swamp. We're draining the swamp.
No swamp. We can't
get rid of everyone. You're saying,
we can't go that deep into it. We have to let that country take a breath.
You think they can sort it? You think they'll be able to sort themselves out?
They're going to have to sort themselves out with the approval of the United States government. Okay. As far as the steps needed to take to be able to get free elections, right, in free democratic elections in that country, and then to see that whoever wins gets appointed and gets put in as president, and then they pick their cabinet, and then in conjunction with the United States, and obviously in conjunction with several large U.S. companies that are going to help the infrastructure that's needed to recuperate and gain more wealth for that country. Those are the steps that need to be taken and put together to be able to make it successful. And you know what? It will be successful.
Yeah, I agree.
A lot of the infrastructure is in place already. It's a matter of putting the right people there.
Yeah.
Because $10 billion or $20 billion to oil companies is nothing.
Right.
They take baths in that money in the morning in their bathtub. So you have to realize it's more about the plan and who's running that country. In the beginning, it will be us pulling the strings a little bit until it's a secure, user-friendly government for the United States.
Yeah, no, I agree.
There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Work with us, right? Or just get wiped out. Work with us. This country is not proposing anything like you see in third world countries. They're not proposing anything like you see in Russia or you see in Cuba or you currently saw in Venezuela. This country doesn't propose those things.
No, this country is the land of the free. But what I never believed in was policing the world. And that's what we've been doing.
Why wouldn't you believe in that?
Because, like I said, I've always believed we have enough problems here at home that we aren't taking care of.
Sure.
So we shouldn't go around trying to solve the world's problems until we solve our own problems.
If we are the economic fountain for the world,
we just print money.
If we are the economic fountain of the world, we will also be the policing fountain of the world.
So if we didn't do it, nobody else would, is basically what you're saying.
No, what I'm saying is the rest of the world milks off of us.
Want China to do it?
Right. Right. You want that?
Would China do it? Would China go into Venezuela? And
if they had the opportunity, sure they would. Why do you think Trump went in? Russia and China could in a second done what the United States did.
And they would have made Venezuela communist.
They would have controlled Venezuela to be able to use the oil reserves to help and to also keep the drug trafficking flow open. There's no doubt about that.
No, I get that.
But we are the world's policemen.
The irony of communist countries is the irony of communism.
You get one piece of bread.
About money.
No, right. Of course it is.
Right.
Of course it is.
About money, but the difference between communism,
it's controlling.
Communism, no matter
what you limit it
system you have. Capitalism is the only. And people say whatever the hell they want. Capitalism is still and always will be the only system that can take somebody who has nothing and be able to become something.
Yeah, it's the land of the free. It's the land of the free.
It's the only come in and become a billionaire from nothing.
Right.
That's why Frank's a billionaire.
Right. But that's why it's the only system that can fund socialism.
Yeah.
Socialism can't fund itself.
We allow it.
Communism cannot fund itself.
No, it can't support itself.
Right.
No.
So it's the irony is the fucking socialists need capitalists.
They steal from the people.
What they want, all they want is the capitalist money, though. They don't want any capitalist ideas or influence.
No.
Just give me your money and walk away.
Yourself.
Because I'm smarter. That's what socialists tell you. Give me your money, walk away, because I'm smarter at being able to dole out your money.
Yes, I am smarter than you.
It is no different than when there were kings and serfs. That's all. Communism is the same exact thing.
Peons.
As when there were kings and serfs. They just put a different fucking name on it. Okay.
Yes.
But the serfs are still the serfs. Okay.
Yeah. And they're not going anywhere.
Prospects to improve.
You're never climbing the ladder.
Yep. There's no such thing. Even in it's you look at I'm trying to think about other. Like you hear nothing out of any communist country ever. I mean,
they keep to themselves.
Dennis Rodman was a nut job, but I do like him as a basketball player.
When he went to North Korea,
it was so interesting because you see what he's trying to make this big front of there's no one in the streets. There's no one around. There's no one.
They're terrified.
They're terrified. They don't go outside. They don't walk the streets.
You know how I'm a huge wrestling fan?
Yeah.
Do you know what the largest wrestling show ever was? It was put on by WCW in 1995 in
Dennis
North.
Rodman and Hulk Hogan?
No, he did wrestle with Hulk Hogan, but in 1995, Ric Flair versus Antonio Inoki in North Korea. They had over 150 or 190,000 people for 2 nighs. These Koreans were forced to go to this arena and watch wrestling, which they didn't know or understand. They didn't know to cheer or they didn't know to clap. They were forced to watch this by the government. The government paid to put it on. And it was the largest show ever. But the Koreans had zero clue as to what the fuck was happening. They didn't know anything what wrestling was. They didn't know. They didn't know to cheer. They didn't know to boo. They knew nothing. So when it was on pay-per-view, it looked awful because the all you see is these emaciated North Koreans sitting there just looking around and like clapping, doing this. But it's the largest wrestling show ever because they had over 200,000 people in 2 days of the show. Incredible. It is incredible if you look it up.
I gotta look it up. I never even heard of that. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I didn't know it either until they did a special on it. But so
this Jong-un a senior that had it?
No, it was WCW. It was not.
I'm saying who was the communist dictator at the time? Kim Jong-un the first or whatever.
I don't know exactly who it was. I just know that it was a big deal, that it was negotiated. I know that WCW wrestlers had their phones tapped, and somebody spoke negatively about the country, and people came and got them, and they threatened them. Yeah. They said it was not, and a fight broke out between a couple of the wrestlers, and security from North Korea stepped in, and it scared the crap out of the wrestlers. It was not a fun trip. But I will send you the list of it so you can see it. So you can read about it. But listen, this was a banner rebel republic. We addressed Maduro and being taken over. And again, I have a message for Mesa. Is that his name, Mesa?
Yes.
What's his first name? Tim? Jim? Mesa?
Yes.
Don't bring it. Actually, no. You know what, Mesa? Don't sing it. Bring it.
Don't sing it. Just bring it.
Don't sing it. Bring it. You want to have secret votes? You want to go after my father? You F around, brother. You're going to find out.
You're a good son.
You found out. New Year's Day? What a coward. New Year's Day? You bring people in.
He had a vote on New Year's Day?
Yeah. He brought them in, and he had a secret vote on New Year's Day to try to vote my father out. This Mesa character. So Mesa, F around and find out. And when I see you, I can't wait till I see you. We're going to have the best discussion ever. We're going to solve world peace. We're going to talk about matter and antimatter. We're going to do it all. Because my father has been doing this for 12 years. And for you to be a coward, a yellow belly little bitch, and have a private vote and try to sneak by. We're going to sneak by and vote Herb Cully out. Guess what? Egg on your face. Egg on your face. That's what happened. Nothing. They laughed at you. They laughed at your boy Rossi.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
And if I see your boy Rossi, we're going to have a discussion about matter and antimatter. Rossi, you're just as bad. You're just as bad.
Can you smell what The Rock is cooking?
You want to go in? You want to politic for the job? You want to be the town attorney for New Hartford, Rossi? Yeah. You still have your.
You can't get 2 double cheeseburgers and waffle fries.
You still have a binky in your mouth.
$10.95.
$10.95.
Oh yeah, Schumann.
You have had the experience.
I almost drove to Washington Mills myself for the $10.95. Right?
We sold 25 of them today. It's great.
That's
25,
unbelievable.
25 meal deals. Yeah.
Hey. So Mesa, again, thank you. Fuck you. Bye. Don't sing it. Bring it. How about that? Don't sing it. Bring it. Don't be a coward and hide in the shadows. If you want to vote, bring a vote. Bring it public. Say how you really feel. Don't be a coward. Because that's what people think of you. You're a coward. You're a fool and a coward and a laughing stock. And no one is ever going to take you seriously because you can't even make your own decisions. And if I run into you again, we're going to have a great discussion. And Rossi, I'm going to take that binky out of your mouth and shove it up your ass.
It doesn't matter.
For the voice of reason,
$10.95. You can get 2 double cheeseburgers.
Love line tonight. Hey, here's my rant. Can I do a rant for 30 seconds?
Yes.
So I went to the emergency room just before Christmas.
Why?
I started the room was spinning. I was clammy. I was white and clammy, and I didn't feel good. And so they rushed me to the emergency. They figured everyone's figuring I had a heart attack or a stroke or something like that, right?
Did you go to Win?
Yes.
That was your mistake.
No, they were fine. Listen, the labor there was very nice. The doctors were very nice. It just, they were backed up. They had over 100 patients come through the emergency room that night.
Yeah.
So I couldn't get a room. I had stayed in the emergency room 24 hours in the room. So they ran
went to Oneida.
two CAT scans, an MRI. They gave me something for it, and they diagnosed it as vertigo. So it was vertigo.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah. So it was vertigo. So that's good.
That's our healthcare system at work.
Yeah. I puked when I came in on the wheelchair or whatever. It was crazy. So I got the bill like 2 days ago from the hospital visit.
And it was $10,000.
$31,000.
Yeah, that's about right.
2 CAT scans, an MRI, and some doctor's visits,
your insurance
medication. Yet. Right. Didn't go through your insurance. Right. Yeah. But they gave me a courtesy discount of $12,000. So I owe them like $19,000.
Yeah.
So that is the problem with medical health care in this country. So
yes.
If I can ask this administration to do anything that would make them look good in the entire public eye, is to fix the healthcare crisis that we have.
Please do.
From pricing to payments to availability to coverage. I mean, we have to do something with that.
Yeah.
It's out of hand. Because if I didn't have coverage,
24 hours you were there.
Correct.
That's abysmal.
Right. So I'm just saying.
How do we get them to?
We have a horrible hospital here. Wynn Hospital is a train wreck. They banked on it being the best, and it's a disaster. It's not even a trauma.
I'm not saying it's a train wreck.
It is a train wreck.
They took care of me. It was very good
They didn't
coverage.
take care of you.
Well, they did.
They could have seen you within 24 fucking hours.
Well, they did see me. The problem is I had to stay in the emergency room.
Yeah, I know. You didn't get put in a room.
There's no room because they had no rooms. They were full.
Yeah, you know why they're full? Because they don't work fast enough.
No, that's not it.
That is it.
That's not
that
it.
Is it.
No,
that is
they only have so many rooms because they're the only hospital around now.
Well, yeah. Well, go to Oneida.
Yeah.
I would take the trip to Oneida. Did you go by hospital? Did you ambulance?
No, my son drove me.
Yeah.
Son drove me.
Yeah. So that is why you go to Oneida. Oneida is the best place to go. You'll get seen fast and you'll get out.
I wanted to, if they were thinking that I was having, and I didn't think I was having a heart attack. I felt fine, but the room was spinning, and
that's vertigo.
I felt nauseous to hell.
Vertigo is the worst.
I was white and clammy. Yeah,
you lose your balance.
Yeah, lose your balance. So I'm like, well, just take me. Wait, closest one. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna drive fucking 30 minutes to I'll be dead in the car if it is a heart attack. It's not, but what are you gonna? I don't know. My thing is, you can't charge like $8,000 for a CAT scan.
Well, that's what they do. They don't.
That's wrong. That's why
the insurance is as high as it is.
Well, no, that's why they need to set caps on all this stuff.
Yeah,
they need to set if it's and it's hard because they're trying to pay off their equipment and then they're trying to make a profit on their equipment and all that. But bottom line, it can't cost you that much. How can people can't afford this shit? What are they going to have coverage?
No, I know.
What if I went with no coverage?
I know. Then it would go unpaid and the taxpayers would pay it.
Yeah.
Banner Rebel Republic, Voice of Reason to my left, Coach Schumann, let's go. And hey, Messa, remember, when life gives you lemons, and boy did it give you lemons, don't make lemonade. Take 2 oranges, shove them right up your ass.
And